we got to talk about Telegram. I remember using Telegram my early days in crypto. That's where all of the news was going on, where all of the groups are going on. You got to network, talk with people. And of course, a bunch of very interesting, shady characters would reach out to me on Telegram and I would block them. Anyways, Telegram-related Ton Foundation enters crypto storage market. Ton storage is being built on Ton Foundation, the POS chain created by the Telegram founders. And I want to say there was like a legal issue with Telegram, but I don't have that in front of me. I want to say the SEC got upset at them or something. But anyways, to me, the most important part is the decentralization of it to an extent. Users can create change safely with the guarantee that all data will be secured, backed up, and encrypted, and can also exchange files of any size while providing financial incentives to node operators to host files. I actually do want to toss this over to Will because I feel like he is our tech person. Well, at least he's more tech savvy than I am.
Oh, I'll take this one. For sure, Telegram is the watering hole for all things crypto. I think Discord had a moment there, but kind of died off because it's hard to use. If you're involved in a Telegram group, you know how it operates, right? You're in a message chat, talk with a lot of people, exchange ideas. What Telegram has not had, however, is crypto tokens and storage. I mean, you can store a lot of things on top of Telegram, but not really necessarily secure, and doesn't have a lot of the innovations things like the Filecoin network do have. That is the ability to store data and then get paid for it, or just dump data on someone else's storage in a decentralized fashion and pay for it. Otherwise, you have to go to big operators like AWS, Google Cloud, things of that nature. And people out there, crypto developers, want a world where, everything is decentralized, including storage. And that's where you bring in this crypto token idea. So there's a lot of innovation that can be brought here. And I think it makes sense for Telegram to continue pursuing one of its largest user bases, that is crypto users, by offering new products like this. We know that they've tried to launch a few different crypto tokens over the year. I think they did launch the Ton token, TON, earlier last year after a few failed attempts. So that's a pretty new innovation for the chain. But adding any sort of storage technology to Telegram itself could be a pretty big boon for the network. Jen, throw it over to you for your take.
Yeah, so Wendy, I know you mentioned some trouble with the SEC there. So in 2018, Telegram developed a Telegram Open network. They raised $1.7 billion in a private sale and then abandoned the project after the SEC investigated that. So in 2022, developers saved it, rebranded as the Open Network. I think that this is really cool when we think about this like decentralized internet that we are heading towards at a very, very slow pace. Decentralized file storage is something that's needed, right? You think about all of these people who are creating. Wendy, I think about you as a creator. You know, you upload all of these files onto all of these different platforms, and you know, what happens if these platforms go down? What happens to all of your files? I think that this is a great solution. I still am in the, I guess I still am kind of on the fence about how we get people to use this. And so, Wendy, I kind of turn it back to you. What is it going to take to get people to understand what decentralized file storage is and actually use it so that we can inch closer to that decentralized internet?
Thank you for turning it back to me, Jen. So I'm reading some of the notes here, and it says a node operator and user can create a smart contract that guarantees that users will pay a fixed amount in Ton to store files for a predetermined amount of time. Anyone can become a node operator and receive payments from other users for hosting files. This is great for decentralization, but at the same time, when I hear about starting a node or running a node, I think about when I tried to do a master node myself and that type of stuff, how complex it was. It wasn't even complex. It was just really frustrating because I'm not the most tech savvy person. So they're going to have to go about it in a way to where it's like one click and go. Back to you, Will. I saw your hand.
Yeah, one other thing I want to bring up is how Telegram actually stores data right now, which is not very secure. A lot of people think that Telegram is some sort of great privacy application, and it's only privacy by if you click on it, right? If you say like, hey, I want privacy, it's not privacy by default like it is with Signal or other applications. Right now, they actually store a lot of people's data in plain text on servers, and that is not a great way to store any sort of data because it can just be swiped and then doesn't have to be decrypted. Can just be published out there. Great way to get all your information hacked out on the internet. So I would like to see more of that change with Telegram. What I do see with this sort of plan here is the ability to monetize the fact that Telegram does store a lot of data on behalf of other people. And if they're able to add some sort of decentralized project in here, add some utility for its token, then Telegram might have a pathway to actually monetize the fact that it's hosting so much data on behalf of other people's without being paid for it right now. Zach, I'll boot it up to you for your take, though.
Yeah, I mean, I think the thing here is that like Telegram's lawyers are probably really mad that we're saying that this is Telegram because it's definitely not Telegram, and they definitely remind you of that repeatedly. This is like some outside thing. It's not related to Telegram because remember, Telegram
Because
did
of
an
the
ICO
SEC.
and got slapped down real hard by the SEC. Then some other people, we don't know who, some other people came along and brought it up from the ashes. So this is definitely not like Telegram, the actor, doing this thing. This is something that like the Telegram Open Network is adding as a feature to hopefully entice people to use the thing. I don't know. I think the storage market is kind of crowded, right? You have storage, you have Filecoin, you have Arweave, you have all these things out here that provide like decentralized, like permanent storage. And it's sort of like an arms race, I guess, to get big institutions like academic institutions, companies using these things. I like that Ton here is saying we can do this in a more sort of peer-to-peer fashion where it may be like, you know, more consumer level applications that we're talking about rather than something like we want to get massive, like, you know, petabytes onto the network ASAP by going to big companies who have data that they want to store in this way. So I don't know. I'm curious to see how they really like carve out a slice of the pie relative to the Arweaves or the Filecoins of the world. That to me is the open question. That's definitely not Telegram, you guys. It's Ton. That's all I got to say. All right, cool. That was Zach's like didactic corner, like fact check, annoying fact check guy corner. Joe, we need to get a wipe on that, like quick. All right.
We'll
All right,
do
anyway,
balances.